Which of these 1980s handheld Space Invaders clones is best? Could it be this, or perhaps this? Let's find out. Hello, you incredible panda, and welcome to another missive from my terrifying house of obsession, in which I quack about things I love every Sunday. If you're new here, then I think you know what to do, or at least what I want you to do, which is hit that subscribe button. Will you? Will you? So when I was a kid, handheld arcade games like this were incredible. It was just literally like having a miniature version of an arcade machine in your home. These things seemed like must-have items, and it's going to be fun to revisit these two after quite some time. But which is superior? The first of the two games I'm going to play is Galaxy Invader 1000, created by the Japanese company Gakken, who licensed it to Tandy in America and to Computer Games Limited, or CGL, over here in the UK. This game came out in 1982. The first thing to say about this is it just looks absolutely gorgeous. The shape of this thing is brilliant. Basically, it looks like the kind of spaceship that you control in these kind of games. Now on the back, rather neatly, there's a kind of I actually just tapped that to try and get it into focus. How insane is that? So yes, on the back of this there's a potted set of instructions, which is nice, and this reveals that the game is actually winnable. Obviously, notoriously, Space Invaders, the arcade game, can never be beaten, whereas this one ends when you get 1,000 points. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe they thought it would feel more optimistic for children or something than Space Invaders, which will always kill you. So that's quite neat, the fact that it's got instructions. But let's have a play. 3 levels of difficulty, so that's good. That increases the longevity of the game. Oh God, it doesn't mess about, does it? Okay, so straight away I can see that there are only 3 places I can go to. That's quite restrictive, isn't it? And, oh, I don't even know what happened there. Oh, a Space Invader reached the ground. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That is kind of traditional. Now, something I noticed from the instructions is you can't just press a button to start another game. You have to turn it off and on again, which is fine, but it would be nice to have just one action that starts another game rather than that, followed by that. God, that level 1 game was really difficult. This controller isn't working very well. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, well, that's not really. Oh God, 3 positions you can be in, even for the day. That's quite restrictive, isn't it? I love all this stuff, all this extra stuff that they used to put around the screens, just to make it look more involved than it actually. Let me shoot something. Can I shoot something, please? I mean, there's only 3 positions for them to be in as well, so surely I should be able to. I like the fact that it's got the saucer along the top of the screen. That's obviously essential in my book. Yeah, it's a shame that these controls aren't working so well, unless that's how it always plays. Does it always return to the center as standard? Tell me in comments below if you have one of these beauties or have played it. Okay, maybe the center position is the default and then you move away from it. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting into this sort of, but it's still very hard to move to the right with any kind of reliable speed. Could just be this lever, I guess, couldn't it? The invaders themselves are okay. They actually remind me of the ship in, what's that game, Lunar Rescue, which is another favourite of mine, Lunar Rescue, the old arcade game. I'd love to play that again in some form or other. Can you recommend one? Tell me in comments. Look at me. I'm getting used to this. So I am 16% of the way there to winning. I don't think it's going to happen somehow. The sounds aren't too annoying. Sometimes on these games, because almost always there was no option to turn the sound off, and so you were stuck with whatever sound you were given. And more importantly, your parents were stuck with whatever sound you were given. Imagine their horror. This isn't too bad. I mean, I suppose after a while the noise might get a little bit, oh, I took my eye off the ball. Why, God, why? Yeah, this is actually, once you get into it, you know, even though there are only 3 positions you can inhabit at any one time, it's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying this now. Once I end this, which will probably be very soon, we'll put level 3 on and try that, the hardest one. I love that gorgeous glow. There's a certain glow about this type of screen which is just very special to me. I guess my favourite game of all of these will always be Astro Wars, which I must have somewhere, and I will dig that out for another video because that deserves a video all by itself, Astro Wars. If you've played it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. When I think about it, that was an incredibly clever game because it used one of these type of screens to actually bring you several different levels in the game, which is really ingenious. Anyway, enough babble about Astro Wars. Right, I'm just going to let myself die here, so we can try level 3 and see how that plays. There we go. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Right, that's me dead then. That's level 3, folks. Let's just try one more time. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's very difficult. But happily not impossible, so it's quite good that it's really challenging. Even though it's difficult, it's obviously got some kind of intelligence whereby it doesn't fire missiles down in all 3 spots at the same time, which would make it absolutely impossible. It's a bit of a shame about the controls, but I'll be interested to hear whether that really is standard. It doesn't seem right that it's more effort to move to the right than it is to the left, so I'm guessing there's something going on with this lever here. Let me know. Okay. Next up, Invader from Space. I didn't have the box for Galaxy Invader 1000, but I do have the box for Invader from Space. Now this thing always grabbed my attention as a kid. 2 things, the colours, plus the fact that these invaders look pretty much exactly like the invaders in the Space Invaders game. You know how various Space Invaders clones would have to come up with slight variations on the invaders for copyright reasons, or they would just completely reinvent the invaders altogether. This game has the actual invaders in it, and that really blew my skirts up as a kid. Let me tell you. That's cheeky, isn't it, if that wasn't officially licensed. The popular arcade game, now sized to fit in your hand. I mean, it can't have been officially licensed, this, could it? Because otherwise it would have been called Space Invaders. Oh, you can't beat a game that promises continual excitement. Just continual, it just never lets up. Forever. That's lovely. £30 from Snooper's Paradise, which is a fantastic shop in Brighton. And let's just show you a quick look at the manual, because I think a few of you might like that. I don't know if a game like this really warrants quite so many instructions, but nevertheless, here they are. Half a page is just telling you how to put the batteries in. Ah, so this game can end to, once again, 1,000 points. Oh, okay, I've just worked it out. You've probably worked this out a long time before me, like about 10 minutes ago. But the reason both of these games finish the game when you reach 1,000 points is they only have 3 numbers with which to represent the score. That's what it is, isn't it? So it's not like these companies decided, oh yeah, let's allow players to win when they reach 1,000 points. Instead, they were actually solving a problem of what to do about only having 3-digit scores. That is brilliant, isn't it? I couldn't find so much information about Invader from Space online, other than the fact that it was released in 1980 and was brought to us by Grandstand, who were also responsible for the mighty aforementioned Astro Wars. I am really hoping that this game allows me more than 3 positions for my missile launcher, or whatever this particular game calls my ship. But as we did with the Galaxy Invader 1000, let's take a look and assess the actual casing, which I think is really cool. It's not as sleek and gorgeous and as yellow as Galaxy Invader 1000, but it's a nice design. I like the fact that it's not just straight at the side and this curve actually comes out there. Although it is slightly frustrating that this this circle isn't actually centered on the main unit. I don't know, maybe that's a personal thing. Right, let's go. Oh god, right, okay. Are we starting? No. So with this one, it's actually got a start button. 3 skill levels once again. See, look at that. Even the flying saucer up there looks like the arcade original. I don't know what happened there. Maybe Grandstand were just being cheeky, or they had a kind of a semi-license. I don't know. Straight away, I can't say I particularly like the controls compared to the Galaxy Invader 1000. That's not comfortable at all. But God. Oh wow. 4 positions I think I've got. Yes. Oh god, this is that sound is not the most pleasant thing ever. But look at those invaders. Look at the colour. So it looks as if the colour is created by... Oh dear. Looks as if the colour is created by kind of colour bands, just like they did in the arcade. Was that only on Space Invaders Part 2? I'm not sure. It's been a while. Oh, I don't like the sound at all. My tinnitus does not like this sound. But it plays really nicely. What happened there? What did I do? Or what didn't I do? I would give anything for a volume dial on this thing, I tell you. I suppose I could play it with earplugs in. Yeah, it's pretty... I like the fact there's a lot of invaders and you're constantly having to stem this tide of them. That's pretty good. Now you can sod off, mate. Right. Just called a Space Invader mate. Oh, I think I didn't die then, did I? I actually got to the end of the level. Wow, am I halfway to winning? I think I am. As soon as we go from 3 digits to 4, I'm a winner. I love how it says you win when you score 1,000 points, and yet it will never ever actually show you having 1,000 points on the screen. Wow. Okay, that's losing. One of the invaders did actually land. Love those colours. Love these invaders. Hate the sound. There literally is no way of stopping that sound, apart from earplugs. I won't put earplugs in now because I might start speaking really loudly to you, and that would annoy you. It would just be like an endless chain of annoyance, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's try level 3 like we did with Galaxy Invader 1000. Level 1 is pretty hard on this. Yeah, it looks like their bullets go quite a bit faster. That's the main difference, and I suppose they're also coming down faster too. What happened there? Did I hit the flying saucer maybe? Oh. Lost. One more. I like that you have 4 positions to be in. That's really good. That is a 33% improvement over Galaxy Invader 1000, if my maths is correct. Yeah, this is fun. This is big fun. Invader from space assessed. So, which of these two is the best? Okay then, let's do the summing up. And I must confess, it's a little bit tougher than I had imagined. I'm not going to allow the dodgy lever on this one to affect my judgment. But this one does play better. There are 4 positions for your missile launcher to be in. And I know, incredible, 4. What luxury. I also love the colours on this one and the fact that it actually has proper Space Invaders on it. Whereas this one has to make do with shoddy replicas really. But then again, this one looks better. It's just absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And it's got a great big red fire button there, which is obviously a boon. Obviously a boon. So I hate the sound on this one, but I think I'd be happy to play it with earplugs because it looks great. They're both a whole lot of fun, but by a whisker, I would say that Invader from Space is going to take the non-existent trophy here. Do you agree or do you disagree? Either way, I'd love to hear from you in comments downstairs. If you've enjoyed this video, then please feel free to hit like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Perhaps if you're enjoying this channel a lot, then you could tell a friend about it, thereby doubling my subscribers overnight. Wouldn't that be nice? Thank you so much for watching till the end. I'll see you next Sunday, and until then, embrace your obsessions.
So is there something here that's always here?